everyone, and welcome to my channel. Also, happy holidays! Since it's holiday season, I thought, why not do a Christmas makeup look for my first video? But instead of doing the generic, elegant, glam, pretty eye makeup, I thought I would put a little twist on it and add some special effects and add a little bit of gore. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Okay, so the plan is to do a torn face, revealing wrapping paper underneath my skin because, you know, I'm a gift to all of my friends. So to start off, I'm gonna plan out where I'm gonna put the tears in my face because I want to have a rough idea of what I'm doing so I don't make a hot mess on my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with some eyeshadow. Okay, now I have a rough idea of where I want to put the tears in my face. The secret ingredient to making it seem like your skin is peeling off of your face without actually doing that is our friends latex and cotton. These are what is going to make the illusion come to life. Since my skin is really sensitive, instead of going straight in with the latex, since it's kind of harsh, I'm going to put some Vaseline everywhere that I think the latex is going to touch my skin. Okay, I kind of just rubbed off my guide, but that's alright because I can still see it, so let's move on. Now we can start with the latex. And I have a little tool, a little spatula I'm going to use to help me apply it to make things a little bit easier. And I'm going to layer the latex and cotton on top of each other to help make a thick enough barrier to make it look like skin. This sounds disgusting, I'm sorry. So starting off little by little, and make sure you try your best to make the edges smooth. Now we go in with the cotton. So I just made a sandwich in between the latex, cotton, and then the latex, and that should be enough layers. So I'll just continue to do that to the rest of the tears in my face. Okay, so I've got the main walls of the latex and cotton put on my face. Some of the holes were a little bit bigger than I was intending, so whoops, but we'll work around it, it's fine. To help blend out the edges, I'm going to take a facial sponge thing and I'm going to tear off a piece. So I'm going to take the sponge and dip it in my latex and just go around the edges to smooth them out a little bit more. Okay, so I went around all of the edges with the little piece of sponge, and now we have to wait for it to dry. But to speed up the process, So I think the latex is finished drying, so we can move on. While I was waiting for the latex to dry, I was mixing together some skin tones on my alcohol activated paint palette. So I'm going to use that to go on top of the latex. The reason why I had to mix the colors is because I don't have any flesh tones in this palette, which is a little annoying. I could use foundation to cover up the latex, but you have to use quite a lot to cover it completely. And I just got new foundation and I don't want to use it too quickly. So I'm going to use my alcohol activated paints, and this actually also helps cover the latex, the white of the latex better anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do. I started to put the alcohol activated paints on, but then I realized I forgot that I want to set the latex with some powder first, just to make sure we get rid of as much shine as possible before putting anything over it. So don't forget that step like I did. Okay, now I can go in with my alcohol activated paints and put in some color. It'll take a little while to build up the color, so I might have to do layers. Okay, so this color is clearly too dark, so I'm just gonna try to adjust the colors until I get what I want. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that was only the second time I've tried to make skin tones and it didn't go as I planned. I'm gonna go over the top of it with foundation, but it did give me a good base to work off of. The latex isn't white anymore, so it's not gonna look like a complete change of color. So that wasn't a complete waste of time. I'm going to use my color corrector to conceal a few places, maybe around the edges of the different gashes, just to try to blend it out as best as I can. And I will come back when I've done that. A little bit actually goes a long way with this. All right, now I'm gonna put the foundation on. Okay, so I think this color is actually pretty good now. So I'm just gonna highlight my face like I do normally when I do my makeup. Okay, now I'm gonna set everything with translucent powder again, so then we can finally move on. Now that I've colored everything to match my skin tone, I'm going to peel the tears open from the inside so then I can cut out wrapping paper and fit it in. Okay, so I've opened the tears as much as I wanted them to be and how I want them to look. So now it's time to add the wrapping paper. So I'm just going to cut out pieces approximately the size and shape, and then I'll refine them as I go. And let's do that now. You know how when you're a kid and you do stuff in the mirror and you pretend like you're talking to a camera and doing a tutorial, but you're not? I feel like I was training myself for this moment, so hopefully this is going well, but I feel like I was prepared, like I'm qualified. Now that I have this piece cut out to the right size and shape, I'm going to glue it down with this face glue that I have. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing to the rest of the holes on my face. Okay, so I have all of the wrapping paper in finally. To cover up some of the gaps on the inside of the latex, I'm going to use some water-activated paints, just some black, to try to just conceal it and create some depth underneath the flaps of skin. eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go around the harsh black lines that I've created just to soften them a little bit. Now for my favorite part, the blood. I'm going to use my little tool to go around. The edges of the latex and just create some blood. Now I'm going to quickly go around with this sponge to create some texture like grazes and stuff around the tears in my face. Alright, so to finish off, I just added a little bit of eyeshadow and put on some eyeliner and mascara, and this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and happy holidays. Bye.